Hi, I'm Mike from 1A Auto. We've been selling auto parts for over 30 years.
Hey everyone, Sue here from 1A Auto, and today we have a 2010 Nissan Murano in the shop. We're going to be doing an oil change. If you need any parts for your car, click on the link below and head on over to 1AAuto.com. I like to take the oil fill cap off. This assures me that there's no oil in the vehicle and not to start it if I happen to walk away or if someone comes over and looks under the hood. Another thing I like to do is a quick visual before I raise the vehicle and go underneath, because if I see any fluid that's exceptionally low, like power steering fluid or brake fluid, what I'll do is look for leaks at that point. If they look standard, regular fill, like the power steering is right at the max with it cold, and this car's been sitting, that's perfect. Same with the coolant, that's right at the level it should be with it cold. And then I'll check the master. Fluid is right where it's supposed to be. So it seems to be good, no low fluids. I'll raise it up, my 2-post lift. The oil filter is located in the passenger fender well. So once you raise it up, you can take the flare plastic shield out of the way and expose the filter. I'm going to put my filter wrench on there. I got a catch basin underneath it, and I'm going to loosen it up. Now with a 14mm wrench or socket, we're going to loosen up the drain plug on the oil pan. Line up your catch basin. Here we have our drain plug for our Nissan Murano, and someone has used a plastic washer on it when the factory actually requires a copper crush washer. This came from 1A Auto. We stock them for Nissans. That is a direct from the factory. So I'm going to cut this plastic washer off and replace it with the correct one. Take a nice little pocket screwdriver. You can see how it's not even working properly, how it flared right over. There we go. Big difference. And the way to install it. It just screws right on like a washer. It's a one-time use, so every time you get a filter, which we stock the OE factory Nissan filters at 1A. You can also get the copper crush washer at the same time. Now it comes time to fill the oil filter with fresh oil. I call that priming the filter. Take the cover off. Grab your oil that you're going to use. Before I install my new oil filter, I take a clean rag and I'm going to clean the surface, the mounting surface. I want to make sure there's no debris or old oil there. Sometimes dirt will fall on that spot. You know, the car engine can get dirty from the outside, road salt and sand. So I'm going to clean that surface, make sure there's nothing, no debris. And I'll take my new filter, which I've primed, and make sure your gasket, put some fresh oil, the clean oil on the gasket. You might lose some oil when you tip it sideways if you've primed it. Some engines, the filter is straight up, but this one is a sideways one, so some might drain out. Once it bottoms out, you're gonna wanna really, it's snug now. Now I know it's truly bottomed out. I'm gonna turn it about a half a turn to a quarter turn. Do not use an oil filter wrench. You could have the possibility of splicing the tin, and then your oil filter will be blown. You can lose a little oil and blow your engine. Now we're going to install the oil drain plug with the new gasket. Always start it by hand. And you'll see how that gasket bottoms out. And now it's going to become a crush washer. So 14mm socket. We're going to collapse that gasket, and it'll make a seat. Once it's flush, give it a quarter turn, and you're done. Always clean the area after you're done. Now we're ready to add the oil. This particular 2010 Murano with the V6 takes 5 quarts of 530. So now with the oil in it and the oil cap securely tight, I'm going to start it and run it for about a minute and then shut her off, let it sit, and check the oil level. So now the car has settled for a little bit, so all the oil will go back to the pan, and I can pull the dipstick. It's located right here at the yellow handle. So you're going to bring it up, take a rag and clean it off. I could tell you something a little bit about Nissans. The way they design their dipsticks, it takes a while for the oil to settle down on the stick. The reading is always like crazy off the wall. Sometimes you'll have one side way up here and the other side way down. So before I dirty it up, you can kind of see the H right here, and there's a little bit of an L right there. So that's low and that's high. We're looking to be right at the base. There it is. We want to be right about the base of the high. Anywhere in the cross area is perfect. You never want to be above the H. Too much oil is actually worse than low oil. See what I meant? So if you flip it over here, where the marks are not, it's pretty much indicating that it's right there where it should be. Flip it to the other side. That would be right here, but we have oil all the way up to here. And that's just the way it is. Now I've let the car settle for a serious good 20 minutes, so hopefully all the oil in the dipstick tube is settled down. We'll get a true reading. Let's see what we got. Yep, it's right there. It's right at the base of the cross. Perfect. 5 quarts exactly. Now that our oil change is done on our 2010 Murano, I'm going to reset the maintenance light. And that's as simple as keeping your foot off the brake and hitting the ignition button twice and getting the dash to light up. Once you do that, you go over to the side where it has your book menu, and you click on this. You see skip, alert, maintenance, and options. Go to the next level down, there's a solid button. Hit that until you see maintenance highlighted. Then hit enter, which is the top book button again. We're going to do oil filter and engine oil. So then you're going to hit the black dot button and bring it over to engine oil, then hit the square entry book, then hit the black dot for setting, then hit the square book, and you're going to hit enter. And now we can use the dot to go for mileage. And on this case, we're going to go to 5,000 miles. We'll go 5,500. And then I'm going to hit enter. Let's do the oil filter. Highlight the oil filter. Do the same thing. I'm going to go to 5,500. Now you're all set.
Thanks for watching. Visit us at oneauto.com for quality auto parts, fast and free shipping, and the best customer service in the industry.